Andy? You okay?
Yeah, not bad, Stuart. You're right.
Good. Yeah, really good. Thank you. Yeah, not bad at all. Thanks for joining us. Just to give a little bit of background, we're doing these facility chats with variety of people involved in grassroots football. So yeah, really looking forward to having a catch up with you. So, do you mind just giving us a bit of a background of who you are, what club you're involved with?
Yeah, so I'm Lee Worrall. I'm involved with Woodford United Football Club. My role, I'm a committee member, but my key role is groundsman
Okay.
at the club. So yeah, involved in all aspects of keeping the pitches available to play on.
Fantastic, great stuff. And what's the current setup at Woodford? So you've got sort of number of teams, age groups, how many pitches you've got, that kind of thing.
So adults wise, we've got three Saturday senior teams and one Sunday senior team. So four senior adults teams, all male. So no female team at the moment, unfortunately. And we've got 10 junior teams ranging from little kickers all the way up to under 16. So we've got one under 7s, two under 8s, two under 10s, two under 12s, one under 14s, one under 16s. So yeah, a breadth of teams across the youth setup. Again, all male, but we do have female children playing in the teams, but no specific girls team at the moment.
Okay, and so yeah, given that number of teams, I guess you must have, well, hopefully got lots of pitches to use. So what's the setup at the club?
Yeah, so we've got one what we'd class as main pitch, which is where the first team and reserves play, and then the under 16s also play on there as well. We've then got another adult sized pitch up on the top fields, and then we've got a whole field for junior pitches, which I think if you class them as 7v7s, I think we've got two 7v7s, two 9v9s, and then 11v11 children's sized pitches. I think in total we've got two full-size pitches and 6 junior pitches. Currently, luckily, we haven't got any pitches inside pitches, which is where I'm keeping it at the minute, but that may come in the future.
Okay, great stuff. And what sort of condition are the pitches in? Have you done pitch power inspections to see what they're like?
Yeah, so we have to do 2 pitch power inspections a year. So when we started along the journey, they were all classed as good, and we now have 2 that have moved to advanced. So especially the conditions of the weather this year have not been favourable for a groundsman, but all have, I would say, on average at least 80% grass coverage still, and considering we're into coming back into spring where we'll start growing again. So yeah, all in very good condition.
Fantastic, great stuff. And when you talked about the journey a minute ago, then what sort of journey have you been on with the pitches, and what sort of support have you had along the way, would you say?
Yeah, so I've been doing the role for 5 years, and we kicked off with Premier Lawn Care 5 years ago on just working with them as a partnership, and they come across and give us some coaching on what we needed to do, and then the Pitch Improvement Fund came along a year later, so we're on our 4th year of the Pitch Improvement Fund, and that's given us a massive benefit in terms of our junior pitches. Our first team main pitch is class of stadia, so that doesn't fit into the bracket. So we fund that solely ourselves, but everything else has been working with the Pitch Improvement Fund from the Football Foundation. So yeah, that's why we've managed to move from good to advanced in at least 2 of our pitches.
Okay, great. So the how you've mentioned that the pitches are kind of rated good and advanced at the moment. What sort of impact and what difference has that made for your teams who are using the pitches?
Well, it's certainly made an impact in terms of the amount of games we have called off a year now are few and far between. The only thing that catches us out is juniors, as any club does, is the frost. There's not a lot we can do about that. But in terms of waterlogging and areas like that, we generally don't have many games cut off now. So the benefit is if you look at a lot of teams, they've still got multiple games left to play this season, whereas we're not a million miles off being finished, which then kicks on with the renovation for this year. So as a groundsman, the hardest thing is trying to get the season finished so you can start repairing ready for next season. So that definitely helps us. It also helps attract players to the club. We don't pay anybody. We're volunteer led from bar staff all the way through, so we don't pay a single penny to anybody. So trying to attract players, junior players, any players to a less favourable geographical location as Woodford is, having the best facilities is our aim as a club, and that's really what it's given us. We are now, I would say, in at least a 10-mile radius 20-mile radius, even you could probably go as far as that. We are probably the preferred location for a lot of junior players, and also it's helped attract better players to the senior setup.
No, that's really good. It's you're absolutely right. The link between good facilities and kind of being able to recruit players is definitely there. It's an obvious link. So yeah, fantastic to hear. That's really good. Sort of looking forwards to the future, what sort of future ambitions do Woodford United have as well?
Well, I'd say Woodford United. So I don't know whether you know about Woodford. They were in the Southern League. We're now playing in the Northampton Combination. Is in terms of our first team at Step 7. So the club has aspirations to get back into Step 6 or even Step 5 football from a first team point of view. We have got some work to do that in terms of we need to replace our floodlights, and yeah, we want to get back playing at a reasonable level, but we also understand that we need to keep the club in a position where it's sustainable. So we've made the club sustainable financially and volunteers. So we won't be getting back down the route where we pay players and stuff like that. But yeah, our aspirations is to get to the highest level that is sustainable for the club, and also from a youth aspect be the club of choice. So then we can bring a pipeline into our first team. So we maintain that sustainability. Yeah, so that's our aspirations as a club as a whole, but also to keep developing and improving our facilities. We don't want to, especially when it comes to pitches, you can't just stop, because then they just revert back to not being good. So we want to manage and maintain what we have as well.
Fantastic, great stuff. And so yeah, was there anything else you wanted to add, or are you happy to leave it there?
Well, the only other thing we do struggle with, and a lot of clubs in rural communities struggle with, is training facilities. So we are 10 miles away from our nearest town, so any 3G facilities get booked up quite quickly by the town team. So we're looking to develop our on-site 3G training facilities. So that's currently what we're working on as a club. That's a big thing for the club, because the investment the Football Foundation put into us for our pitches, we run the risk of damaging that by winter training on the pitches. So the more we can do on 3G in the winter, in the wetter months, benefits also the club as a whole, and me as a groundsman as well. It also protects what we're trying to do with our pitches. So yeah, we've got a big project that we're working on at the moment, which hopefully we can bring to fruition.
Yeah, certainly, and as I say, that's where we've been talking recently about this, and yeah, it's certainly something from a county FA point of view we're really keen to support you with, and we've had some good conversations with the Football Foundation already. So yeah, we're hoping that we'll be able to get that one over the line in the next sort of couple of years with a bit of luck. So yeah, look forward to working with you on it. Good stuff. All right, well, thank you very much, Lee. Appreciate your help, and I'll catch you again soon.
No problem. Thanks, Stuart.